Now that we know for sure Yellowstone Season 6 is on its way, we can finally celebrate the coming of Season 5 Part 2 comfortably. The good news is, right after announcing that Yellowstone has been saved from cancellation, Paramount blessed us with a first look at Season 5 Part 2. So, without further ado, let's dive in and see what will happen next in the hit TV series.
The wait is over. November 10th, the epic return of Yellowstone.
As many of you know, the highly anticipated return is set to premiere on November 10th on the Paramount Network. For our friends in Canada, it'll also drop on Paramount Plus that same day, while UK viewers can catch it on November 11th, with more countries like Latin America, Brazil, and France getting access later in the month. If you remember, the first half of Season 5 aired from November 2022 to January 2023. The second half was originally planned for summer 2023, but it got pushed back due to the writers' strikes, plus due to the drama with the show's star, Kevin Costner. In June, Costner, who was playing John Dutton on the series, announced on Instagram that he wouldn't be returning to the series, citing scheduling conflicts with his Western film franchise, Horizon. We all know how that worked out for Costner in the end, as Horizon has turned out to be a huge flop in the theaters. Do you think it was worth it for Costner to leave Yellowstone? Let me know in the comments. Thankfully, though, the Yellowstone saga continues, even though it will be without Costner. By the way, if you want to catch up with the series or want to rewatch before the new season, Paramount is having a Yellowstone marathon that started yesterday and will be airing Seasons 1, 5 all weekend long, right through to Monday. Just a side note. So, what does the newly released first look reveal about the new season? Well, in the newly released photos, we first see Beth and Rip together, looking somewhat upset but also relying on each other, as always. Let me tell you though, the two look amazing together. Like, they were already attractive, but they look even hotter in the new photos. Then, we see Thomas Rainwater with Mo Brings Plenty looking at a map or a city plan, I presume. Clearly, they are once again planning to have a big project in a big land. Perhaps they are checking the Yellowstone Ranch, who knows? Then, there is Rip, looking at Carter when he is sleeping. In previous videos, I mentioned that Rip and Beth will adopt Carter officially. This photo confirms that Rip is ready to be a father for Carter, but we will see. And there is our controversial Jamie. At this point, we all know that Jamie will not survive this season. However, clearly, he will do a lot before being killed off. In this photo, we see him giving a public speech. He is probably announcing the death of John Dutton, which explains his distressed face. I can't imagine the consequences of John's death. It will ruin a lot for a lot of people. Can't wait for it. Of course, there are also Casey, Monica, and Tate. Now, they look careless in this picture, which was not something that I was expecting to see. However, it seems clear to me that they are discussing what will they do next, as now there is no more John. Will they continue living in the ranch or start over? Can't wait to find out. Which new photo is your favorite? Tell me in the comments below. Did you realize that there is not a single picture with John Dutton in it? This means that John will be killed off camera. What a sad ending for a legendary character. Regardless of these pictures, I feel like there is a consensus that the final season of Yellowstone is shaping up to be all about the intense showdown between Jamie and Beth. If you thought things got heated in Season 5 Part 1, just wait for what's coming next. In Part 1, Jamie's attempt to impeach John set Beth off, leading to a confrontation where it was clear that one of them had to go. In Part 2, we'll finally see how this face-off plays out, and what it will cost Jamie. With Season 5 Part 2 just around the corner, it's not hard to see where Jamie's story might be headed. Many fans are predicting a tragic end for Jamie, possibly even suicide, fitting the mold of a Greek tragedy. Others think Beth will be the one to take him out, sending him to the infamous train station, the Dutton family's darkest secret. Either way, it's looking like Jamie is set to lose this battle, especially with Beth having John and Rip by her side. Jamie's only support comes from market equities, which doesn't compare to the loyalty of a family. Even though it will be tough to say goodbye to both John and Jamie in a single season, knowing that Season 6 of the show will be out next year makes me feel very hopeful regarding the show's future. Are you as excited as I am? Let me know in the comments.
It reminded me of when you were just a wee lad.
Ow! Son of a bitch!
No, that wasn't it. It was this.
You guys know that Yellowstone has been in a bit of a rough spot for almost 2 years now, mainly because of Kevin Costner's exit. His departure really shook things up and sparked a lot of anger towards Taylor Sheridan, the show's creator. Let's face it, it's hard to stay excited about Yellowstone when you're frustrated with the person behind it all. The fallout from all this has been intense. We still haven't seen the second part of Season 5, even though the first part aired way back in November 2022. It's been nearly 2 years, and it's so frustrating to have to wait this long for the rest of the season. But here's some good news. Part 2 of Season 5 is finally being filmed and is set to drop in November 2024. Last November, we were told that the show was canceled and that Part 2 would be the final season. But guess what? Sheridan has changed his mind again. If you didn't know, unlike what we expected, Yellowstone isn't over yet. Season 6 is coming after Season 5, Part 2. Yep, the Yellowstone saga continues. And there's more. It looks like Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser are stepping up as the new leads, replacing Kevin Costner. Riley and Hauser, who play Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler, were rumored to be part of the sequel series, The Madison, but it turns out they won't be. We thought this meant the end of Beth and Rip, but thankfully, we were wrong. So, from now on, Yellowstone is Beth and Rip's show, and I have no complaints about it. But of course, I'm dying to find out your thoughts about it. For more content on the Yellowstone universe, keep on watching.